What has grace meant for me in my life allows me to go back to some stories that really have, I think, allowed me to reflect on how God has really shown me his grace through other people. And one of those stories happens to be a time where I was traveling to Texas, and I met a couple, and the gentleman, after about 5-10 minutes, walked over and randomly held out his hand and asked me to take this heart. And he said that I was to keep it in my pocket and to always remember that if I ever didn't feel loved, that God loves me. And this was the symbol. So I took that and have cherished it ever since. And it allowed me to understand how God worked through him and came and showed himself to me by him and this treasured actual heart that I carry with me every day. I also think about another story that recently happened during the passing of my mother-in-law. And I was picking up my nephew and nieces to take them to go and just distract them from everything that was going on. And my nephew got in the vehicle and sat next to me, and he said to me, he said, "Uncle Mark, I want you to have this book. And it is a daily Bible story book." And I said, "Why do you want me to have that?" And he said, "Because God will speak to you." I found that so inspiring that a 9-year-old child actually gave me a message. And in a way, I found that to be God speaking through him. And I didn't want to take the book. But he said, "I have another one, and I've already read this one twice. So I want you to be able to read it every day." And so we opened the book to that day, and we read the Bible story for that day. And I'll never forget how God showed grace to me through a 9-year-old. So those are the times and stories that I remember the most. Obviously, there have been many other times that God has shown himself to me when I have least expected it. And for those moments and all of those times, I'm forever grateful that I continue to get closer to God as a result.